Come on in the room. I'm gonna talk. I'm not gonna sing y'all, but come on in the room. Tonight we're gonna have a conversation about good and bad hair on a little bit of a different journey, more of a personal. So as you come on in, I'm pulling up these wonderful, wonderful images that I want to show you guys regarding my journey. Because I told you last week that I was going to have a conversation about my lock journey, which is really interesting that I'm even saying that tonight because, ooh, it's been a journey. My whole hair care, my whole hair and belief about my hair has been a journey. So I want to share a little bit with you. And again, I ain't going to be here long, but I think it's definitely celebratory. Um, Hold on. Let me. It actually, yeah, was. Yeah, I'm going to start. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures. Hope you can see it on my phone, but I'm going to show you a couple of pictures. But let me introduce myself first. Hello, good evening. Welcome to another Drama is Life, where we talk about what was mental, social topics and conversations, what is, and what may be happening in the future so we can work on changing and making ourselves better. So, kind of the journey of mental health and social topics. The purpose of Drama is Life is to educate the community and to also decrease the stigma regarding mental health, particularly among African Americans and faith based communities. Can you guys see me? Because my light is kind of a little low. But so as you see the hair of the picture back behind me, be bold. We're talking about being bold today because it takes a leap of faith to do the journey that I did. But I also want to share with you all as you come in how the hair, we talked about black hair care last week, but regarding how hair care can also mimic or model what's happening with your emotional and mental growth, right? So I didn't connect that until I really started thinking about my own journey. So I want to get started with that. I want to give you a moment to come on in. So when you come in, say hello to me. Please say hi. I love when people talk back. You're welcome to comment, ask questions. Actually, I welcome that. Please comment. Please ask questions. I absolutely go through the comments even throughout the week. And my marketing strategist can go through the comments and we can respond to you, and absolutely love talking back. If you have questions that may be a little bit more personal, then you can also send us a DM or what they call private message to ask those questions. But I will let you know that what we talk about on here, as I've stated in the past, is not to replace a therapy session. This is not meant to be your therapy session. If you need services, please reach out during our office hours, which are Sunday through Thursday. If you're needing services from anyone, feel free and we'll be happy to help you connect with the provider if we are not your provider of choice. So tonight, I want to have a conversation about how in the world did I get here. That's that's the title for tonight. 1 year lock journey. I can't believe I'm here. So let me start off again. I grew up in I grew up with family that have beautiful hair. I don't know how else to say it. My mother, my sister, my brother, people just have beautiful hair. And I say that because I started off my journey with comparing myself to other people, which will connect to the healing and growth journey, right? I started my journey off with comparing myself to other people. And so with doing that, I already came into starting to take care of my hair. With things I hear people, hear people say, like your whole hair care treatment was an absolute appointment. Whether your mother set it up, and in my case, whether your mother or father, whoever did your hair, but in my case, my mother did my hair. Where you had a night where she had set aside that she was going to wash, that she was going to condition it, and what we knew was conditioning means she's going to grease our scalp. Actually wash and scratch it. My mother has really long, and her nails are longer than mine. Long, hard nails where when she scratched your scalp, you just felt like it's that one eye that kind of, that eye to do like this. That's how my eye did when I was just, I loved wash day because I knew it was going to be the time that she could scratch my scalp and it just was great. So with that, I loved wash day, but of course, sometimes wash day also meant you was getting your hair braided, and I had family members that braid. I claim to be tender headed when I was younger, and that just means that pulling my hair, or like I have a very tender scalp, and I do. It will get red, it will itch, and do all kind of things. So anyway, long story short, because that's not the purpose. I want to talk about the Loc'd journey, right? I began feeling like, okay, well, why is it that my hair looks like this, or it's shorter than somebody else's hair, or why is it not as long as my friend's hair, or light as my friend's hair, or as dark as my friend's hair? Because a lot of times we were not really talked to about our hair, except like, stop moving, or this is nappy, I got to comb this out, or so kind of the frustrations that came around our hair care. So you heard those kind of outbursts, so that I took was like, my hair must be nappy. So that whole term nappy was always used as a negative thing, and people make jokes about your hair being nappy, and naps in the back, and call them kitchens and all kind of things. So I started off this journey because I have had perms, because that's really where my journey started. I started with perms, as I did as a child, and I had perms in my hair that I would get every 6 weeks or whatever. And because of the belief I had about my hair, I got coarse. The coarse, by the box, Black and Lovely, and all the different hair care, or the hair brands. And so my mother would pay, a friend to, or this beautician to do our hair. And that happened for a while. And I finally learned, she would always ask me, and I never got really like any type of style, except for like, get it straightened out, and I had like a bob. That was just cute. I was scared to try new things. So again, my journey. So that absolutely represented how I was in life. I liked people's hair when they had different styles, but I didn't want to try anything new because I was afraid it would not turn out on me, because I thought I had bad hair. So it goes into the whole belief about yourself. As I told you guys last week, that I had this thought, and I had this kind of agreement with my hair. Like I had this, it's kind of funny, but I think it's the truth, that, you make me look good, I make you look good. That's kind of how that works. So February is absolutely a great month for me to talk about this, because it's actually my 1 year for being Loc'd. So as I struggled with being, having a perm, I had to have a perm. I had to have a perm, because if not, my hair was going to be nappy. And I didn't want nappy hair, because nappy was ugly, nappy was bad, nappy was all these negative things. So if my hair was straight, then it was pretty, and then it was good. And so I equated straight with pretty and good. So again, my thinking, my belief about myself and about my hair. And so my sister absolutely does hair and does great with taking care of hair. And she was, taking care of my hair when I got to like middle school and high school. When she started, you get your family members that will try styles out on you. And every few weeks, I was used to my sister like, oh, I'm trying to style on you. And she would wash my hair and do all these things and try these pretty styles. Some turned out great, some not so much. I had, a couple of styles we have funny stories about. But the long story of this, to get to the lock part, is that started off the belief of my hair. Straight was good and pretty. Nappy was bad and ugly. Right? It was not good to have, it was nappy. If I didn't have a perm is what I mean. If I didn't have a perm. So when we talk about good and bad hair, we talk about hair care. And I'll continue to compare myself to all these other people, and particularly my family members, of how pretty everybody else's hair was. And people would hear me compliment and talk about, oh, your hair is so pretty. Long hair was pretty. Short hair was not pretty on me, but could have been pretty on somebody else. So again, see how these narratives begin to shape not only what I said about my own hair, but what I thought about myself. If I didn't have what you had, then I wasn't beautiful. I wasn't pretty. I wasn't good. And so sometimes that happens with our lives. And it's not just our hair. Our hair connects us to a lot of things. And so I'm just want to talk to you tonight about how my hair care journey actually mirrors the growth emotionally and mentally that has taken place. And I believe that that actually happens. And maybe you guys can give me some feedback if that's ever been you. You know, people do the big chop because they're cutting off something that maybe the past, something that connects to something previous, and they want to start something new. So it absolutely is an outward expression of what's going on internally, emotionally, or mentally. So when we speed up time throughout college, perm. And I finally got to a place and I began to pray about my hair because I was like, why is it, complaining to God? Because I'm a woman of God and woman of faith. And so I was like, God, I want my hair to grow. You think you praying about all these big things. No, God, I'm talking about my hair. I want to talk to you about why my hair is not as pretty as my mama's, why it's not as pretty as my sister's. Again, the comparison. I will begin to come to God complaining that I didn't look like everybody else. I want to be beautiful. Why am I not beautiful? Why am I not pretty? Why am I not all these things that I had in my mind that I wasn't? Why not look like that? And why am I talking about Black History Month? Why am I darker? Why am I not as light? And again, you're pretty for a Black girl was a lot of comments people got, or that I have received as well. And so we won't get into those comments because that's a whole different podcast topic for a different time. So, but these begin to build my narrative about myself and my hair. So when I got to college and I was praying, and sometimes you hear answers that you're like, that can't be God. He didn't say that. And the Lord told me, stop putting perms in your hair. And my immediate response was, you see this picture back, or actually on this side, see this picture, how she had no, what? That's not happening. And this is when natural, people call it natural hair. Natural was not something that was a big thing that people were doing. I'm not putting a perm in my hair because then, God, I'm going to be ugly. And so what I told you, I'm going to be ugly. My hair going to be nappy. What am I going to do with my hair? My hair doesn't look like my mama's or my sisters or my brothers or my cousins or my grandmothers, whoever's hair I thought was beautiful. My hair doesn't look like that, God. I don't have that kind of hair. What am I going to do if I don't put a perm in my hair? And so I say that because his initial response to me was years ago. I think over 20 years ago. And I lingered and I argued with what the answer was that was going to get me what I wanted. Because God could not have been telling me not to put a perm in my hair because he knows that my hair is nappy, right? But I say that because that's exactly how I was responding to a lot of things emotionally and mentally. I could hear the answer and like, yeah, that may be helpful for somebody else, but it's not going to work for me because I am Theresa, fill in the blank, right? It'll work for my sister and my mom or my friend. You would do it for them, but my hair nappy. And again, connecting the dots to how I felt mentally or thought mentally and how I felt emotionally. That's how I talked to myself and talked to God about myself. So it was so negative and degrading that I couldn't even hear the language of where health could begin to happen because I couldn't let go of this personified beauty image that straight meant beautiful, which is an ultimate lie, but I didn't know that then. I really believed it. So the Lord would say it. And I prayed often about my hair and heard the same answer. It wasn't like God was changing his mind. Like, you know what, Theresa, maybe I shouldn't have you put a perm in it. Maybe you should just keep perm. No, he was telling me, you want your hair to grow? You want it to be thick and long again because it's no longer as thick as it used to be? Stop putting perms in your hair. It was literally what he said. And I was like, no, that can't be true. And you know how when you begin to hear the message of healing from God, you hear it everywhere. People start saying, maybe I shouldn't put perms in my hair so much. It just start being little messages that you will hear from other places and other people. And I kept saying, yeah, God been telling me that, but I don't know. And again, I fought against it. Speed up time. Then it was years later that I went back to God and said, I know I heard you say A, B, and C. And I'm fine because I'm frustrated now. My hair is not getting thick. It's not growing like I wanted to grow. It was getting thinner and coming out because I was putting chemicals in my hair that again, my scalp is already sensitive. That was not working. It was just not working. And it finally was like the father he is. I told you to stop putting perms in your hair. You want your hair to grow? Listen to me. I'm the one that created you. I know what you need. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna try this out. But I can't be looking ugly, God. I can't. So I need a plan on what's going to happen when this perm come out. And so what I began to do was get my hair braided so that nobody ever saw my hair. And it's what people call ugly stage. Because again, I can't have an ugly stage. I already think I'm not attractive. I can't walk around with crazy hair too, God. Like, come on. So I have people here while, I'm in college and going to work that I was finally, well, actually I was done with one degree. And so I said, okay, I'm going to try this, not getting no perm. So I set that date, y'all. This is my last perm day. Woo! That day was almost like I had a whole grief response. Because what am I going to do? This is all I knew. I mean, well, of course, when I was a child, but like majority of my life, when me taking care of my hair was I got a perm all the time. And I got a perm a lot because that's what I knew to do. I got to starting to get the braids in my hair after the perm. And that really worked. I got really pretty styles and I loved it, right? And so each time that this lady was braiding my hair, I asked her to slowly clip off the ends where it was perm. Because, perm is stringy, but my hair, my grade of hair was coily. Not curly necessarily, but coily. And I would hear, now the narrative was starting to shift. And I say that because that absolutely was aligning with what my thinking about myself and my emotional state was. It was beginning to shift. So as I stopped putting perms in my hair, I also stopped saying negative things about my hair. It was starting to become a little bit easier because other people, the person who was doing my hair, would constantly talk about, and I would say it before she would. I'm like, I know it's nappy. You ever do that where you start to tell somebody something negative about yourself before they even can say anything negative because you want to get ahead of them and get in front of the comment or the negative statement they could make about you? That's how I felt about myself. And so I would say, I know it's nappy. And the lady was like, what are you talking? No, it's not. You have a nice grade. And I thought she was just trying to be funny. No, I don't. And I would argue with her. No, I don't. So it's like that combating of, I'm trying to give you new thoughts. I'm trying to have you to understand who you are and how I see you. That's how I took, the growth that God was trying to bring. And I was like, no, you're not. Again, that fight. Okay, you have beautiful hair. No, I don't. And that was a struggle. So I was kind of struggling as I was starting to go to what we call the natural state. Speed up time, that kept happening. She cut it. It finally got to the place where I was done. All my natural or my permed hair was cut off. And all that was left was all this beauty. And it really was, now I know, it was beautiful, full, thick, curly hair. I mean, my hair was curly. And I finally one day had the boldness to say, I'm going to take my braids out and I'm not going, you do the braid out look. Take these braids out and I'm not going to get rebraided right now. I want to have the moment where I come out, right? To let everybody know that I have been changing for the last couple of years, and I did that and I got such positive feedback. I was prepared for people to tell me how ugly and your hair is nappy. And I got so much positive feedback from people around me, from church members and from work about how beautiful and full, again, see this or on this side, how full my hair looked, how beautiful it was. And again, I was a little bit more able to receive it, but I was like, I don't know. I think you, again, just trying to say that. So again, fighting that change of mindset, the mindset that God was trying to put in me to elevate and to shift that negative that was happening. So then I started to embrace what they call your natural. And so I would start wearing and I started looking up, searching, styles, washouts, twists, two-strand twists. And so I started learning all these new styles with now my hair, my unprocessed, unchemicaled hair, my non-straight hair, my curly, coil hair. And so, of course, I had to learn all of that. But as I was learning that, I was also learning how to look at myself differently, learning how to speak new life to myself. And I began to look in the mirror and say, everything that people ever said about my hair was a lie. Like, it's not ugly. It's not, things that I was said about myself was a lie. And I began to receive what God was trying to say or what God was saying about me. And when I did that, I said, I had to come back to him and apologize. You're right. I know that sounds crazy because we know, of course, he was right, but I didn't believe that at first. If I didn't get perms, and my hair was going to be nappy and that was going to be ugly. But I was like, you see, I keep pointing to the wrong side. See how fierce, like how beautiful, again, be bold, how beautiful and full. Now, again, this was when a time that natural hair wasn't necessarily a big thing just yet. And so people were commenting, oh, your afro is so full. Your hair is so healthy. It's so thick. It's so pretty. And I begin to start saying, maybe everybody's not just saying it to be saying it. They're saying it because they mean it. People don't have to be nice to you. People don't have to give you compliments. People don't have to waste their breath to say something positive about you. So I had to begin to tell myself again, it's people actually mean what they say. And it's okay to just say, thank you, Theresa. It's okay to receive this positivity that people are saying about, yes, you, yes, your hair. And again, that was absolutely mirroring what was happening in my life and the growth that was happening. Because I began to say, no, I'm not stupid. No, I'm not dumb. No, I'm not ugly. No, I'm not all these negative things that I used to say about myself. And my hair journey was beginning to show that. So as I speed up and hair growth, and I did all of that because I wanted my hair to grow. The whole purpose of me not getting perms and to let things get braids at times, to do all these what they call protective styles, so that my hair would grow. But it was not doing what I wanted to do, y'all. It would get to, my hair probably would get to, let me find about right here. And I'm saying this is what my hair when I pulled it. Like after I straightened it, or not straightened it, but after I would wash it and I pull it, see how long it was. It was about right here, coming to maybe the bottom of my chin. And it just, for years, it just stayed that length. And then it would stay that length, and then some hair would, of course, fall out, new hair would grow. And I'm like, why is my hair not growing longer? I don't put heat on my hair. My hair would get straightened probably twice a year. I maybe would do it for my husband for his birthday or for my birthday. But again, I was trying to stay away from that mindset of going back to straight is what's beautiful. And again, I got so many compliments when my hair was straight, because then you saw how long it really was, that I almost fell back into that old mindset. That's what happens when you're on your healing journey, and something that God is trying to shift you out of and shift you into a new transition. Sometimes temptation shows up to try to get you to go back to the old thing, back to the old way of thinking. And I was like, as much as I think my hair is pretty, straight, that's not my natural pattern. And I loved it when my hair was wet. As I say, I told you last week, I was told water was bad. When I allowed my curl pattern to be present and not keep on putting chemicals in my hair loved water. And like I said, maybe it's just me, something is wrong. Every time I put water in my hair, it's so soft, it's so long, it's so manageable. This can't be right, because I used to be told that water was going to make your hair nappy. Water would make your hair all these negative things. And again, maybe you weren't told that, but I was. And so again, the narrative, the mindset that God was beginning to show me, like, no, it's okay to reprogram your belief system, because some things you were told back a year ago, a month ago, 25 years ago, you've been repeating to yourself all your life, and it's not true. And I need you to start to see that it's not true. I'm speaking to somebody that's maybe watching or listening, because I had to know that's not true. They told me that and I believed it, but I'm finding out for myself that was not true. My hair loved and loves water. Loves it. Even though the porosity, as we learned with our black hair care a couple of years back, porosity, my hair wasn't soaking in the water like it should. It had low porosity. But it absolutely loved it. I had to put a lot of water on it, and my what you call wash and goes. So again, compliment after compliment. It was so pretty. I was not used to hearing people say my hair was pretty, that my hair was thick and full. Even family began to say, it's so pretty, it's so thick, it's so healthy. I'm like, no, not my hair. And I would begin to go back to that old narrative, but it's not as pretty as yours, not as long as yours. And it was like, Theresa, stop comparing yourself, because you've left that place. Your hair is beautiful. It may not look like your mama's, look like your sisters, your brothers, your grandmamas, your cousins, whoever, but it looks like yours. And it's beautiful on you. And so I had to begin to say, I don't have to look like everybody else. I don't got to look like her, him, them. I can embrace me, my hair. And so I began to do that. But I got to a place where my hair wasn't growing like I wanted to. I went back to my sister because she's the one that's been taking care of or she was taking care of my hair when I was younger. And we had this conversation back and forth. And I would hear people say, maybe you should, I would love to see, I have a doctor friend, Dr. Terrence Partee. And if anybody knows Terrence Partee, who's been in my plays before and was in our ministry and led it for a few years, he started to do dreads or locks. And I don't know, again, going back to my frustration about men and their hair, his were beautiful. And if you ever see them now, they are absolutely gorgeous. They're down his back. He kept them up all the time. And he talked about people have the ugly stage. I said, oh, we can't do ugly, right? I'm trying to stay away from that mindset that I'm ugly or that it's going to be ugly. But I began to hear that. Locks, get dreads, get locks and your hair grow. And I was like, I can't do that because I like my hair done too frequently. And again, that same way I was praying, God, my hair is not growing. It was like, Theresa, stop doing so much to it. You're maneuvering it too much. Then it started to be, I was putting too many products in it. I knew it. And I know God was saying, you're putting too much in your hair. You're doing too much. Leave it alone. No, right? So I'm fighting again. When he's giving me this information on what's going to help me, I'm trying to, no, I got a better way. I'm going to do a different way. So me and my sister began to talk. And, she was starting to say, maybe you should I think it'll be pretty on you. Maybe you should do it. And I was like, no, I'm going to be ugly. It's not going to look right on me. Went back to that old mindset, that old narrative. And it's almost like it was like me and God boxing it, not necessarily boxing, but dialoguing again. And he was like, okay, well, then keep complaining about your afro not getting long like you wanted to get. It's going to go to a certain amount and it's not going to go any further, which in my case of my healing journey, I had gotten just so far in my thinking, so far in growth, but I needed to do more. It's kind of like you got so far in your health, but you need to push a little bit more. You need to do a little bit more to get further than where you are now because you want more. You want to grow in more areas. And you got to do something different if you really want to grow. And so I was like, I don't know. And of course, we went back and forth for months. And it's like, just let me try it on you. And her sons, I couldn't even act like her doing her son's hair. Of course, on my nephews, it looks wonderful. I said, it's going to look good on them, but I don't know if it's going to look good on me. And I even started comparing myself to my child's hair. Like his hair is gorgeous. Like, it's like, they have beautiful. And I started doing that old thinking again. I finally agreed, and I'm going to show y'all what my first day looks like. And I'm smiling and cheesing because I first was like, I did something new that I wasn't prepared to do. So let me show you my picture. Can you see my picture? Y'all see my first day? This was February 19th last year. And of course, that was, washing. And she scratched my head like my mama did. It felt so good. Anyway, and so I'm going to show you, and I won't show you my sons. But I started to get retwists. And so here is about maybe a month after. So this is like retwist or need a retwist. And they talk about the ugly stage, right? And I was scared. I was like, oh, Lord, I'm going to have a lot of ugly stages. But honestly, I was like, no, not necessarily. So I want you to hear my video.
This is the third week.
3 weeks.
In 2 days makes 3 weeks that I have started the lock journey. And my hair is so fine. So as you can see, some of them are like, my edges are a little bare. Mm-hmm. So my sister was worried about them. And as you can see, some of them have come completely undone because they just are really thin. But I actually, when she first did it, you'll see the picture before, it actually was really, really, really cute. I don't know if you can see the back. And I'll just kind of hold around to see the back.
How thick my back is. The back of my hair is thick.
Then my front. But I'm excited about the journey. I said I don't think I'm going to have an ugly face because my actual hair, as you can see, before I even started,
see the length of my hair,
my shoulders when it straightened out. So
okay. See. So I'll show you that part.
I'm excited. We'll see what happens with the retwist on tomorrow.
I got to retwist the next day. Um, and so as I got that retwist, here's what it looked like. And I'm trying to get my lights out of here so you guys can see. Hold on, there we go. Can you see my retwist? How nice it is, how pretty it is. Now I say that because it don't look like it do now, right? That's was like when this was way up here. And again, remember my prayer was, God, I want my hair to grow. Right? I want my hair to grow. And that was in March. So that's a month later. Retwist number 3. Look at me smiling. And my forehead, like it's so big out there, y'all. Y'all just, I say that because all of this time that this was changing, my hair was changing, so was my mindset. And I was like, my sister would ask me about it, and I was like, actually, I think it looks nice. Like I'm enjoying it. A couple of months later, my friend's wedding, I just got it redone, and this time someone else had done it because a friend of mine done it. So you see how look at the difference between the length of February, and even March to April. That's only 3 months. 3 months. And look how much my hair was growing. And I had been natural, what we call natural, for 12, 13 years before that.
Hello, you.
So that's April. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna skip over. If I could make a compilation of all these pictures, I don't know how to do all that, but I just want to show you guys just a few pictures. Then I took a picture of like a new twist braid lock thing. And so I say all of that because they say it's a process. They kept saying, so you're going, Three's just going to be crazy looking at first. But I kept saying, no, that's not necessarily have to be the case for me. I don't think it's going to be crazy looking. I think it's going to be nice and cute. And I don't think I ever not liked it. Every time I got a retwist, I liked it. And then this one, look how long it's starting to get. And that was, again, it's not locking yet. Just twist it, right? Just got it retwisted. This is after a few days of it and this is May. So as you can see, March and May, the difference between the length of it. And I'm gonna skip over and start showing you like June and July, which would have been what, 3-4 months after? 5 months after? I said 3-4 months. Y'all know what I'm saying. Look how thick it is. See that? This is June. That's June. I say that because I really started to see quickly how my hair was growing. Now, again, I was still doing the comparison thing where I was like, no, it's not gonna be pretty like everybody else's. But I'm telling y'all, as I was doing all this, and that's gonna mirror. So I'm gonna show you a few pictures. As I was mirroring all these things, God was changing my mindset. And I had to encourage myself. Now, this is my how full. This is my sister showing how full my back is and how pretty it is. Look at that.
Look at all that. Get in there, girl. Get in there, girl.
Now, did you hear that? It's pretty hair. What? Whose hair is pretty? So I say that because it was starting to be what I began to think about myself, begin to be the narrative that people had about me. And I'm going to be done in a moment because I want to, again, as you can see now, I ain't got to show you today's hair. But I say that because now, I was not too happy with this. My hair didn't look too great, but I'm not smiling because it's not my hair. This is just a not smile picture. But this is my hair. And as you can see, it's getting thicker. That's what it was doing exactly what I asked God to do. Getting thicker, getting fuller. And you're talking about my edges that wasn't present. Let me show you guys now. This one, I think is my edges is the longest one. This is my edges right here. See that edge that I said, I don't have no edges. It's my longest one. I think it's way right here. That's where it comes in. So that one is just, I'll be like, it's just kind of flopping around. But I say that because it's going to let you know. And I'm going to encourage you to stop here. That out of all the things that was happening, I mean, you see how thick it's starting to get, and it's starting to lock up, and it's actually, starting to happen. Because, sometimes you get things and you're like, it ain't happening like as fast as I want it to happen. And my family and friends kept saying, be patient. It's a process. Now, how many times you've heard that when it comes to your healing? How many times have you heard it's a process? And you're like, I just want it to be happening now, God. Come on, I want the length now. I want you to do all this now. I had waited years and years, right? This is August. It's not about the hair. Look at the smile on her. The smile that's on my face is absolutely genuine because it was, I was like, this is my hair. Like, it's actually looking nice. I was getting so many compliments. I got people who don't even know me who will walk up to me and be like, your hair is so pretty. On the days that it would be super, like I would think, it was super old and needed a retwist, what they call it, needed a retwist. People will compliment how pretty it was. And I say that because it was really just showing that your view of yourself can absolutely affect how you act, how you behave, and people's view of you. Like when you begin to change your mindset, when you begin to change, and I want to show you my hair right before my birthday, day before my birthday, which was August. This is August. Look at the smile. I'm telling you, if you just understood the changes that was happening in my life, that was all correlating to my hair. I was thinking, maybe this is a better picture. That's a better picture. Same night. I'm trying to get that out the camera. See the thickness? And now it's starting to it's taking form. It ain't just kind of flying everywhere. I say that because that's exactly how my thoughts begin to be. It's like I'm not fighting with so many things that used to be. Now it's like it's easy to download. And I begin to tell people I love it. I thought I was going to be like, I don't know how this is going to work, but I absolutely love it. I'm going to show you this is kind of like my birthday. My birthday, how thick it is. That's when I needed a retwist, right? Or redo. But y'all, I wish I can explain the beautiful. Okay, let me show you this. This is when I need a retwist. Needed a retwist. Look how thick but it looks thick. I say that because my hair it's never been like, oh, I'm falling out. Every time it gets thicker. And of course, my back, my back is long, just like everything else. And it's consistent. My hair, when I wake up, y'all, I love it. I ain't got to go do my hair. I can style it. And I'm going to show you another one. Take a picture of myself. So yes, this is kind of like this, not the unedited version where I ain't got them pop it up on the screen. This is a live video. But it absolutely was just showing. Oh, I love this picture. I think I look so pretty right here, y'all. And again, that's huge for me to say about myself. Look at my hair. 3-4 days after my birthday, September. And again, not retwisted. I just happened to do a style and pull it over. I say that because I thought I was going to be so like, I don't know how my hair going to turn out. I don't know how it's going to be. And it has been great each time. I'm going to show you a few more pictures and then I'm going to let you guys go. This was a fresh retwist and right after my birthday. So like a week or so after. See how long again, how pretty and fresh it is. I say that because sometimes you got to be patient and you begin to see the fruit of your thoughts. Not the fruit of your labor, the fruit of your thoughts. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't take pictures, first of all, because I didn't like them. Y'all probably thinking, you on camera. I didn't like being on cameras either. I took pictures that night on purpose because I usually don't like pictures. And I'm just showing you some pictures of my journey. This is all happening within a year. This is what date? September, still September. My retwists started to get more defined. And so my hair started to lock. I say that because let me show you something, y'all. This is what was happening on my healing journey. This is me on an airplane. First of all, I hadn't been on an airplane since before I stopped having a perm. And I'm sitting there smiling on the airplane, which absolutely connects to me doing new things and accepting growth happening in my life. I say that because sometimes growth is uncomfortable. Sometimes you may have that ugly stage. You may have that moment of like, I don't know what's happening in my life. And you got questions. And God, what are you doing? This ain't looking like I wanted to look. How fast can you make this grow and make it get thick or do whatever? So that was September. Another one in September. See, like, I just want you to see the smile. Like I know you see the hair, but do you see the smile that's on my face because of just the goodness of God? The smile that's on my face. That's I keep doing that. The smile, and of course, it's long as you see in that picture too, but it wasn't as defined. It's just the length is there, but the definition of the lock is not there. I'm gonna go to November, December, and January, then I'm gonna get on off here. I'm happy that I made it a whole year, y'all. It's a year that I've made it. That I was not thinking that I was going to ever do this. Anybody talk to my family, they know that I was like, I'm not doing this. I like my hair too different. But I tell you, that's October. Here's October. Let me not show you that picture because the sun is so bright you can't see it in my face. Here you go, October. Little chubby cheeks. November, you start to see a little bit more locked definition. I'm trying to show you a good hair picture. Sometimes I don't have good. It's starting to lock, but it's not. It needs a retwist in this picture. It needs a retwist, y'all. And I started to actually get retwists a little bit more frequently now that I've kind of learned the pattern of my hair and how to do things. This is my hair blowing in the wind as I'm in California. And then again, the smile. It's the smile for me. It's the growth of like loving myself. And then I said I was going to show you December, January, and then be done. Now, I'm going to show you with my hair pulled up and it needs a retwist. And I just wanted to show you the side of it. But the edges are a little bit more fuller. I know the sun is kind of shining on it, so you can't see it. But I was like, I've not had edges since I was a little girl. This is me just at nighttime. I'm trying to look at my face in that one. I just short my hair. So I can show all my crazy pictures too. Let me show this is November. Yeah, see how it's getting more defined as I'm getting retwists. This is November 24th, right before, I think it's Thanksgiving. And then I said December, didn't I? My November 29th picture looked really nice, but I'm not going to. You already saw it November. Let me show you December. I'm saying it because I want to encourage somebody that it may not look like you think it should. May not be happening as fast as you think it should, but it's going to happen if you do it the way that God is telling you to do it. I say that because I thought I knew. No, I'm not going to do it this way. I'm going to just do it that way. And here go December, right before Christmas. See, I mean, if you remember where it was in the beginning, way up here, it was about these long. Look, you talking about growth. In a year, my hair ain't never grown that fast in a year. And my family would say that, like, your hair is, people kept commenting, your hair is growing. And it's growing so fast. And I'm thinking, I was like, that's no way, my hair. That can't be me. Not my hair, but yeah, Theresa, your hair. So I know I kept you longer than I intended to today. I just wanted to tell you about this journey and this growth and how it connects. December 30th. Right before the new year. See how it's starting to get thicker? Well, before it was just kind of like here and trying to get definition. But it's thick. This one you may not, I need a retwist, but so I don't know if you can see that or not. But it's thick and long. And again, the fact that I'm taking pictures is the blessing. So I'm gonna show you a couple of retwist pictures. Look how thick and long my hair is. Look at that. Y'all see that? Look at that. Look at that. That's my drapeage, okay? Mine. Yeah, mine. No, that little commercial, the little steel. Mine. So I want, and I got my first time I got a style because usually you guys just get it retwisted, but look at the style. I really enjoyed that style. I think she did a good job. And that was like right after Christmas, I think. And that's my nails, so I'm gonna show you my nails. But that's actually a part of it too, because my nails have been, you know, happening. But let me. I took a picture on the 1 year, which is February 19th. And actually, I had just had it retwisted, and she did the 2-strand look, which is why it looks crinkly now. Which is again was the first time, but my hair, because it already was defined, they just started coming undone. The 2-stranded look began to come undone. But I'll kind of show you. That was the year date. Look like my mama in that picture, but but yeah. So from here, my life journey, we shall see how we do, to here. So I'm gonna just say this and I'm gonna be done because I've already been on here longer, but trust the process. People keep saying, he's like, no, I don't want, no. Like, look, I just want to trust the process. Like my hair, no chemicals, my hair, no, it's not straight, my hair that's full, my edges are still coming in. But that one that was like supposed to be the weakest link, and it's the strongest one. It's like super long over here, and this one is long too. I mean, these are my edges, y'all. These are the ones that are supposed to be my edges that I didn't have. The ones that you saw it was coming undone in the first one video I showed you. This one on this side is just as long as the one on that side. My edges. So yes, I absolutely. And it's funny because my sister probably would now tell you, like, I told you, I told you. She did. And I have to agree with you when you're right. God was right. And he used her to give me a nice little push, and I appreciate it. I am absolutely in love with my hair. And I think it's more that I'm in love with myself. I love myself. And I'm at a place in my life where, again, I have those moments where I'm like, maybe I don't know if I can do a lot with, but no, the maintenance of it, the growth of it has been a journey. And I'm so glad that I made it 1 year. And I'm very happy at what God has taught me and the growth of my mindset, how he shifted the way I think. And so your hair can absolutely, when people start changing their hair, they're changing their mind. And sometimes that's a wonderful thing. So at the moment that you are ready to make a change and do something new, it may be time to let go of the old and bring in the new. As we're about to bring in another month. February is about to be gone in a day. So out with the old and with the new. Allow the journey to be what it is, and trust and grow. Thank you for watching tonight. My journey, I said I was going to share it. And I'm just really excited and this, again, these are the ones in the back. Like, look at that. Like, my hair. Because I said it because my family's hair is down their back. My hair. Never thought my hair would be that long. And this is locked. So if I was to unlock it, how long would it be? I'm excited. I love it. I am so grateful to God for the growth of my hair and the thickness of my hair, the growth of my mind, and the thickness of my confidence that he has put back into me, that he's reprogramming how I see myself and how I see him and other people. So I'm so grateful. If you don't hear nothing else, I say trust God because he knows just what you need. Y'all have a blessed and beautiful week. And hopefully we'll see you again on our next Drama is Life. Where we talk about all the new things coming up with transitions. Have a great week, you all. Bye-bye.